Sup, everybody. Today, this is the moment you've been all waiting for. The long awaited follow up to one of the most classic videos on my channel, the Twitter Rant series. And we are on the last ever chapter of it. And I'm only making this the last chapter because I really don't need to do another one after this. This is it. This has been requested for over a year by some of my friends who watch the channel. They've been dying to hear this video. And now that I'm finally motivated and finally ready to make this, let's go ahead and discuss what's going to be a part of the video and what's I've already said. But these are 5 new chapters of different controversies that have happened on Twitter and many other things that go on with the spectrum. A warning, this is a pretty damn long video, so if you're not a fan of longer videos, there are chapters. You can either skip to the chapters of which specific chapter you want, or I will leave timestamps in the pinned comment below, so you can watch which specific chapters you're interested in. But I definitely recommend watching the whole video if you want a brighter perspective of what Twitter is and what it is really like if you have not ever used it or so. But if you have used it, you already know what it is. So yeah, buckle up, motherfuckers. Time to start this new video. If you, for some strange reason, haven't gotten an understanding on the Twitter videos, before I begin this chapter, I would highly recommend going back to watch the first 2 videos to really get a understanding on how and why Twitter is as I said in the thumbnail, a literal dumpster fire. But yeah, going into this chapter, new CEO. As you all know, resident piece of shit and a literal cum stain, Jack Dorsey, resigned as CEO from Twitter. As you all know, Jack Dorsey is one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, why Twitter is a literal cum stain on the internet, and why he himself is a dickless loser who never stood up for anything other than the politicians that he believed in. That, when I say that he believed in, I mean mainstream corruption, because he got paid to believe in that bullshit, is what I'm saying. So, as of move, who did he put in the CEO position? He put his right-hand man and also literal trash can, Parag. I don't know how you say his last name. He's a Indian guy who's been a part of Twitter's employee resume, and I believe was president of Twitter operations for several years. So the question is, will Twitter get better or worse with Dorsey gone? My answer is it's going to get fucking worse. Jack Dorsey, as a soft of a shell of a man that guy is, the adding Parag, who is just as ridiculous and just as incompetent and just as insane as Jack Dorsey, it's just going to be a more of a dumpster fire than it already is. I mean, you look at all the fucking issues on Twitter. You have these false allegations from a very prominent movement called the Me Too movement. These are people that are literal liars of being a rape victim. They lied about being a rape victim. Now, don't get me wrong, there are actual people in that movement who unfortunately had dealt with that situation, and for those people, I am sorry that you went through that. I hope you are in a better place, or I hope you're getting the help you need. And I truly do care, and I will, in fact, leave in the link in the description donations to help out victims of rape and human trafficking and all that, just to show my appreciation and care, because I really do care about this. This is why it bugs me the way it does. So yeah, and these people, They lie. They fucking lie. They go out their way to make themselves look good, but in reality are a literal human feces of that is piled up into a human fucking being. I mean, you look at that, and this was during Dorsey's era. You know, obviously you remember when Ted Cruz grilled that motherfucker because of how much of an incompetent fuck he is. And that's not me having a political bias. As you all know, I don't have political agenda. I don't have any ounce of political bias within me at all. But it's safe to say that Jack Dorsey looked like a fucking clown. And with Perrig, I haven't seen him do much interviews as of late. If he has done any, let me know in the description. But that's to start off. 2022 with Twitter, and all I saw, as you all know, with the whole Pokimane and Ninja situation, that could be like a 20-minute video in itself. And all the stupid... I can make a 20-minute video on the stupid responses that you see on Twitter. And I absolutely grilled this Twitch streamer, about, calling Ninja, who he called a white dude named Ninja, even though this bitch is a white girl herself, or does she might identify as some fucking crazed lunatic. I have no idea. But I don't even know who the fuck she is. I know she has a huge following, but I don't know who the fuck she is. Obviously, we all know who Pokimane is. I'm talking about this girl named Emma. I don't even know who the fuck that is. She looks like a wannabe e-girl, bro. But yeah, that's a situation for another day. Am I glad that Dorsey stepped down? Absolutely. Dorsey is a fucking scumbag. However, his right-hand man ain't any better. Believe me, it ain't any better. He's a fucking twit. A motherfucking twit. You look at that. You look at the incompetence of the fucking Twitter staff and board. They have literally no fucking clue. They have no fucking clue. So yeah, that's the situation on that. On to the next chapter of the rant. So Twitter not only is a dumpster fire within itself, it's also a dumpster fire in the business perspective as well. Taken from here, the report from Bloomberg.com showing that Twitter had an 11% stock drop in the third quarter of their business, which is the lowest, I believe, for any social media ever. I mean, I don't know that for certain if it's the lowest ever, but I know for a fact it's one of the lowest for Twitter. And honestly, all I can do is just fucking bravo, because man, they fucking deserved it. Do you think I want to fucking, just as a corporation, if you look at this from like a business standpoint, I'm not just talking about a personal bias standpoint. You look at that and you laugh, because you know the bullshit that happened on Twitter. And that stock drop back in October, I bet you that was one of the main reasons why Jack Dorsey stepped down. Not because he wanted to, not his vague ass response because he was trying to make Twitter better. No, it's because he knows he's a fucking loser. He knows he's a fucking loser. This guy is an absolute fucking tool. And just looking at that report right there, that shows how much of a fucking tool this guy really fucking is. And you look at all these people he supports, man. Like, you have these politicians that he likes, he keeps on, but doesn't like any, censors, which that's also impeding on the First Amendment. They really are that fucking retarded. It's in the First Amendment. Freedom of speech. And I'm making this video not just as an advocacy or the freedom of speech. I'm making this video to prove the goddamn point on how much of a piece of shit Twitter is, man. It's just terrible. This was one of the most anticipated videos on my channel. And the reason it's taken me so long is because I didn't have the energy or desire until I saw that. That is the main reason. This chapter right here, that was the main reason why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to show how much, not only financially, how much of a fucking ass dump Twitter is, but this proves to me that even the business world thinks they're a fucking clown world. They are absolute fucking tools, man. Absolute fucking tools. And to think that they supported propaganda the entire time. You know what happens when you support propaganda? Your stock fucking plummets. Man, I tell you what, the first day I saw that, I was I literally was throwing my hands up in the air like, whoa, motherfucker, whoa. Like, dude, I was fucking ecstatic when I saw that. Man. And you look at that and you go, man, that's sad at the same time, because you know how much of fucking clowns these people are. And you look at that and you just say, wow, what really happened? Back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, Twitter used to be a wonderful place. Same with YouTube. It's, you look at that and it was like a little bit of a connection place. You connected with the people. You don't really connect with people on there anymore. You either cancel them or you just trash people. And then obviously this bullshit is still relevant to this day. And the next chapter I will be discussing that now. So let's go ahead and get to the next chapter. As I said in a handful of times, cancel culture is still relevant. It's still prominent. It's still just as ugly, and it rears its ugly head time and time again. As I said earlier, the Ninja Pokimane situation, you have all these ignorant 12-year-olds who are probably, and you have these ignorant mid-20s women, supporting bullshit because they didn't like Ninja because he's a male or some shit. I mean, it's dumb, bro. And then you have like all these other cancel culture situations. Obviously, the Marilyn Manson one was huge. I think they even tried to cancel Kanye on many occasions. That failed miserably. They tried to cancel Drake on something recently. Actually, I think it was the IG model bullshit. That misfired badly. I mean, you can name any celebrity or just any regular human being, and they'll cancel them for nothing. You can literally get canceled for just saying, I'm sorry. And you don't even know what you're sorry about. These people have nothing better to do with their lives because they really don't have a life. First of all, if you're watching this video right now, and if you're one of those fucking people that go out their fucking way to cancel somebody or to just call them out on stuff you know is not true, then you are the problem. You are the fucking problem. Because, it could be any normal person. Most of the time, and 9 times out of 10, it is a celebrity you care for or a celebrity that did something wrong in their past and they truly regret it. And your dumbass doesn't feel sorry enough for them because you rear your ugly head in the fucking situation. You reared your ugly head in the situation. When in reality, you yourself could have stayed out of the situation. It's none of your goddamn business anyway. It's none of anybody's goddamn business. Yeah, sure. News articles like weirdos like at TMZ, I can make a whole 20-minute rant on those people. Or just any celebrity thing like the Hollywood Reporter or just any of those. Yes, you're going to see comments, but you don't see ignorant bullshit like you see on Twitter. Ignorance is bliss. We all know that. Or at least that's what people try to think. However, you have all these people, especially the ones who have their fucking, oh my god. We as the people, you have two types of people on Twitter. You have the pronoun people, and you have people who are satire / meme and really don't give a shit. And you have others that are just, regular people. But the main issue are the pronoun people, as I like to call it. By the way, that doesn't make me homophobic for saying that, because some of those pronouns that they have on their profiles are not even fucking legit pronouns. And I'm not even, obviously you got the he's, the she's, I'll even give you the days and possibly the it's, but there's some out there that have, some alien alien hyphen shit on it, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And that's not even me being homophobic. That's just me being honest. I mean, you look at that and you're like, what the fuck is that? And they're part of the problem as well, because they act oppressed when in reality the system does everything for you. You get hand gifted. It's like you're like the fucking gift horse or some shit. You get gifted goddamn everything you wanted. Especially the whole, activist bullshit, if you want to even call it fucking activism. It's more like fucking pandering, as what we call it here in the real world, or any fucking universe for that matter, anywhere in the world. You'd call that fucking pandering. If you were oppressed, there would be issues. However, for that community, they are oppressed in other countries, but you're not oppressed in the United States of America. Don't even try that shit. Yeah, so this is the end of the chapter 3, which is cancel culture's bullshit. And speaking of ignorance, we're going to go ahead and go into chapter 4 and talk about ignorance. Twitter's full of them all, ignorant politicians who don't, whether you're a Democrat or Republican or even an independent, and you state something stupid and obviously stupid, get the fuck out of here. I mean, honestly, you have zero competence in your own ability. Whoever, especially, what the fuck is her name? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I think that's and yes, this bitch is a nutcase. Bitch looks like a fucking horse, and a bitch is a fucking nutcase. And, I mean, if you go to her Twitter, she spews some of the stupidest shit imaginable. Who in New York voted for her? I want to know who in New York voted for her. What are y'all smoking in New York, dog? I mean, that her and many other different politicians, they have this multitude of ignorance. Mainstream media, they allow the most extreme propaganda on Twitter, and that's also a multitude of ignorance. I mean, you have, obviously, they crucify, people they don't like, obviously, even if you're not a fan of his, they, crucified Donald Trump as a piece of human shit, and when in reality that's really not the case at all. The thing, what's so funny is the things they accused him of, they do it themselves. They do it them fucking selves. And you look at where the world's at right now, divided, and this is the same people who promoted unity. Yeah, you see why numbers are dropping for not just Twitter, but I mean for everywhere. And you look at that and you just say, wow, fucking wow. And you look at that, some days you want to look at that and you see some Joe and the world's great. Well, it's so fucking amazing. And you just want to you want to take your hand, you want to take it right here, and you want to go, bam. Beat the fuck out of that dude, bro. I'd beat the fuck out of that dude. It's honestly tragic how, especially Twitter, can be just that fucking dumb and that fucking ignorant. Remember, Jack Dorsey, if you're watching this video, You are a fucking scumbag, fucking idiot, and a motherfucking twit. You fucking suck. Anyway, I could go on and on about Jack Dorsey. How much of a living pile of human feces. How much it's like his brains are fried or some shit. And the crazy thing is, I think he's worse than Zuckerberg. And Zuck is bad. But man, Dorsey, he's like new level of just shit. I mean, you look at that and you go like, wow. He really ruined his reputation, his career. And he is the number one on the list of multitude of ignorance. And you can label it from cancel culture people to, fucking politicians, like I was saying earlier. I could go on and on about it, but I want to try to go ahead and wrap up this video and get a conclusion on, their bullshit. So let's go ahead and do that. In conclusion, Twitter will forever remain fucking useless. Twitter will forever remain, detrimental to society as a way for losers to, shit talk each other on the internet. And yeah, like I said, each of these new chapters are based off of, current or semi-current events. I didn't want to just go over the same thing, like, oh, cancel culture this, people bickering on Twitter that, they're soft like fucking Charmin this, and, it gets old having to report that. Because we all know they're fucking dumber than, they're definitely dumber than a fucking monkey who fucking couldn't even survive at a zoo. That is literally, I don't even know, man. I've lost the words for Twitter. They just make me want to fucking throw my fucking hat across the fucking room, man. Like, oh my god. They really suck. Remember, they will always be useless. Forever useless. Fucking useless. And remember, fuck Jack Dorsey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the long-awaited and very anticipated video to bash this stupid-ass, useless-ass, piece of shit fucking social media made for bitch-made motherfuckers to cancel people over literally anything, bicker about celebrities this and gossip about that, promote bullshit here, promote not even truth there, censor people who are actually telling the truth there, and make changes that don't really do anything except make your right-hand man even more of a tool, just like you are. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully the video won't too disappointing. I know it took a long time to actually make, but, as long as I don't have to make another one of these. This is it. I don't want to make another one of these because, fuck Jack Dorsey. Fuck Jack Dorsey. Motherfucking prick. Fuck Jack Dorsey. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Got videos coming out a lot more frequently. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.